How to script. The 7-step process that guarantees you get what you want every time. I often hear people say, I've been scripting for months, but nothing's manifesting. If that sounds like you, it's likely because you've been doing it the wrong way. I know this because I made the same mistakes until I discovered a new approach that transformed my results. Since then, my life has shifted dramatically and continues to evolve for the better. While there is no single correct way to script, there are proven methods and practices that consistently work. These techniques have delivered real results for countless others, and they can work for you too. If you follow this process, I'm as confident as night follows day that you'll come back with your own success stories. Let's begin with what you'll need. Number 1, it's a journal. I recommend using an actual journal. It adds a stronger sense of intention, emotion, and energy to the process. These positive feelings can amplify your scripting and help you manifest more quickly. 2, a pen. You don't need any special kind of pen. A pencil, a regular pen, even an old-fashioned quill will work. Anything that allows you to write clearly on a paper. Personally, I use a blue ink gel pen. Why? I don't know. It feels special to me. I write better with 1mm pen, and that's what I will use forever. Those are the 2 essentials, a journal and something to write with. That's all you need to begin scripting. You cannot type your scripting on your phone or computer. You need to physically write it down with a pen and paper. Here's why. It's the same reason you shouldn't entertain limiting thoughts while scripting. Electronic devices like phones and computers carry their own energetic frequencies. When you're scripting, you want pure, uninterrupted energy flow. Using digital tools introduces external, secondary energies that can interfere with your intentions. Stick to pen and paper for the most aligned and effective results. Step 1. Define your life. This is the step most people overlook. They hear about scripting, get excited, and jump right in without a clear direction. But scripting isn't just something to try out. It's not an experiment. It's an intentional practice. If your desires aren't clearly aligned, you'll send out mixed messages. You can't want soda today and suddenly change your mind tomorrow and say, actually, universe, cancel that. Bring me champagne instead. Without a clearly defined life, vision, and goals, your manifestations will become scattered. Mixed signals block the flow rather than invite it. When you're aligned with what you truly want, the universe responds more clearly and powerfully. I made this mistake myself when I first started, so trust me, getting this step right makes all the difference. When you're unsure of what you truly want, every opportunity can seem like the right one. That kind of indecision sends mixed signals to the universe, making your scripts ineffective. It's like knocking on someone's door, and just as they're about to open it, you say, never mind, I'll just go next door to Mr. Ben's house instead. And then you do the same thing at Mrs. Smith's. Eventually, people stop answering. If you keep jumping around like that, you'll come across as a nuisance. Eventually, no one will bother opening the door for you because you've shown them you're not serious. You're just wasting their time and energy. Before you begin writing anything in your scripting journal, the first step is to define who you are and where you're headed. Ask yourself, what is your ultimate goal in life? Where do you want to be in the next 10 and 15 years? Who are you working to become? These questions will help you create a detailed vision of your future self. With that clarity, you'll be able to attract people, opportunities, and tools necessary to step into the version of yourself. Does that make sense? Think of yourself as a stage manager or costume designer preparing for a play. You need specific props and costumes to bring the performance to life. But first, you have to know exactly what each scene requires. Once you know what you need, you can begin gathering everything to set the stage. So begin by visualizing your future self in detail. What kind of job, career, or business do you want to have? What type of home do you want to live in? Who do you want to get married to? Do you want children? How many? What genders? What type of clothing do you want to wear? The more specific you are, the better. Write down everything you can about this future version of yourself to create a vivid, complete picture. Step 2. Scripting with purpose. You can absolutely script for immediate desires. Say, if a new iPhone launches and you want it, that's fine, but only if you're sure if that's what you really want. Think of it this way. You don't want to script something only to cancel it later. Ask for a refund or exchange it, because then the universe just sees an indecisive requester. Having a master list helps avoid that confusion. It's like knowing what you want to order before the waiter asks. There is no hesitation, no backtracking. Compare your current self to your dream self. Take a look at your life today and compare it with a future version of you that you've scripted. Ask yourself, what does your dream self have that you don't currently have? That simple question gives you your master list. With this master list, you can focus on one item at a time to manifest, or include everything in your long-term or yearly scripting routines. Break down each master list item. When you're sending your desires into the universe, specificity is crucial. You're dealing with inanimate forces, matter, that doesn't speak your language, so be precise. Imagine walking into a restaurant and telling the waiter, "Bring me a drink." Without specifics, the waiter gets to decide what to serve you. It could be whiskey, brandy, a cocktail, water, or even something you never want. After all, to them, a drink is a drink. You might complain that it's not what you had in mind, but unless you clearly state what you want, the waiter will keep guessing, and you'll keep being disappointed. The same goes for manifesting with the universe. Sending out vague desires is like dialing random numbers and expecting to reach your mom. If you want to talk to her, you need to enter her exact phone number. Nothing else will do. Calling random numbers won't work. It could be anyone on the line. Manifestation works the same way. When you script your desire, you must be precise. Vague intentions won't deliver the results you truly want. Be specific with what you're asking for. If you say you want a car, the universe doesn't know if you mean a Bugatti or a worn-out 1996 Toyota Corolla. Which one are you really asking for? Choose something specific from the menu so you can sit down and fully enjoy the experience. For example, if you're trying to manifest a house, include details about it. What kind of home is it? A beach house, a condo, cabin? How many bedrooms or bathrooms? Where is it located? What color is it inside and out? What kind of neighbors do you have? What style of furnishings are inside? What gadgets or smart devices are included? What's the overall ambience or vibe of the space? You need to clearly visualize your dream house and write down every feature you see in your mind. Apply this same level of detail to everything you want to manifest. Make a list of all the features and characteristics for each item on your master list. That way, when you're scripting, you won't forget important details and the process will flow more naturally. Go through each item on your master list one by one. For each, write down exactly what you want it to look like and feel like. For example, if you're manifesting a life partner, include all the qualities you desire in them. How do they treat you? What are they passionate about? What do you enjoy doing together? Be specific as you can. Limiting thoughts can block your energy and send mixed signals, making your scripting ineffective. That's why it's essential to address these thoughts before you begin manifesting. Before you start scripting your desires, take time to identify and clear any limiting beliefs. For each goal or desire, grab a pen and paper and reflect on the doubts, fears, or negative thoughts that might be holding you back. For example, if you're trying to manifest a job, consider what thoughts make you question your ability to achieve it. Do you feel underqualified for the role you want? Have you been rejected by employers in the past? Are you worried your past might stand in your way, maybe like a criminal record? Take time to think this through and write each one down. Now, for every limiting belief you've identified, write a positive affirmation next to it, something empowering that directly counters the negative thought. Here's an example. Limiting thought. I owe so much money and have no savings. How can I possibly afford a down payment for a new house? Positive affirmation. The universe has a way of working everything out. I believe my dream house is on its way. People receive house gifts all the time. Your positive affirmations should be statements that truly reassure and empower you. And remember, this process requires trust, even when things don't seem logical. You either believe in the law of attraction or you don't. If you do, then you must be willing to have unwavering faith, even when it feels silly or unrealistic. To overcome limiting beliefs, you'll need to actively replace them with strong positive affirmations, even ones that might not make immediate sense to you. Once you've written your affirmations, make it a habit to read them before you begin scripting. Sit down, review your limiting thoughts alongside your affirmations, and then speak the affirmations out loud. As you say them, believe them. Then begin your scripting. Through experience, I found that this practice significantly reduces the frequency of limiting thoughts during scripting. And if a negative thought does arise, it tends to fade quickly, because your mind is already trained to bring a positive affirmation that replaces and neutralizes the negativity. Step 4. Write your script. Now that you've prepared your mind and aligned your energy, it's time to start writing your script. But first, here are the essential rules. Write in the present tense. When scripting, it's essential to write as if your desires are already happening. Use the present tense to create the feeling that your manifestation is unfolding in real time. For example, if you're manifesting a new home, you might write, "This morning, I woke up in my new house. Sunlight streamed through the window of my beautiful bedroom, warming the space with a golden glow." You're bringing the vision into the now, thinking it, feeling it, and writing it as if you're already living it. Even though you're visualizing the future, you're describing it as your current reality. That's the power of present tense scripting. Start with gratitude. Before you begin writing about your future, take a moment to express appreciation for what you already have. The law of attraction responds to your energy. Since like attracts like, focusing on what you're thankful for invites more of the goodness into your life. When your mindset is rooted in gratitude, not frustration or lack, it becomes as much easier to attract even more things to be grateful for. So before diving into your vision of the future, begin your script by writing about the blessing already in your life. Before you begin scripting your future, Take a moment to write down a few words of gratitude for the things you already have. If you've successfully manifested anything in the past, express appreciation for those results too. It can be as simple as saying, "Today, I am so grateful for the amazing life I have. I'm definitely not where I used to be. My life has improved in many ways, and for that, I am deeply thankful." Even if your life doesn't feel perfect right now, there is always something to be grateful for. Be thankful for the basics: your ability to breathe without assistance, access to clean water, a roof over your head, and clothes to wear. These are the things many people around the world still lack. No matter what your circumstance is, there is something to appreciate. Include that gratitude in the opening lines of your script, ideally in the first few paragraphs. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Scripting is about calling in what you desire, not what you want to eliminate. If you focus on what you don't want, you'll end up attracting more of it. For example, writing, "I don't want to be in debt anymore," still centers your attention on debt, and that energy can attract more financial struggle. Similarly, writing, "I really wish I was slimmer," emphasizes the problem being overweight, which can unintentionally reinforce it. Instead, focus on the positive version of your goal. Visualize and script what you do want, as if it's already real and present in your life. Focusing on what you don't have, what you don't want, or what you're unhappy with sends a message of lack and dissatisfaction to the universe. As a result, you'll attract even more of that same lack and dissatisfaction into your life. Take time to dive deep. Visualize your goals vividly and describe them with rich detail in your script. Don't hold back. Make your vision as bold and elaborate as you want. The cleaner the picture, the stronger the message you send out. Infuse emotions. Emotions are essential in scripting because they fuel the energy behind your words. When you write with strong, positive feelings, you raise your vibration, and that makes your manifestation more effective. The more emotionally connected you are, excited, joyful, grateful, fulfilled, the more powerful your script becomes. Let yourself feel good while you're visualizing. Picture yourself living your dream life, and truly feel the happiness and satisfaction that comes with it. For instance, you might write something like, "I'm so incredibly happy. I can't stop smiling from ear to ear as I write this. One of my favorite things about this beautiful new home is the gym. Yes, I have my own private gym, fully equipped and high-tech. I feel so lucky that I sing loudly, smile constantly, and even dance while I work out." To make sure I incorporate strong emotions in all my scripts, I keep a sticky note nearby with a few powerful feelings written on it. As I write, I glance at those words and use them to infuse emotion into my scripting. Step 5. Let it go. Once you've finished your script, let it go. It's okay if it occasionally crosses your mind, but avoid fixating on it or constantly thinking about when or how it will come true. Don't keep revisiting your script or tweak or add more details just because your desire hasn't shown up yet. That kind of obsession can create resistance. The most effective approach is to write your script, trust the process, and then release it. Write about the vacation you dream of and then let it go. Write about your ideal job and release it. If you feel called to script again, write about something different, a new goal, a different version of the dream, or something else you desire. Don't repeat the same topic over and over. In my experience, doing so can slow down your manifestation rather than help them. Step 6. Live as if. This is one of the core principles of the law of attraction. Act as if your dream life is already yours. If you're trying to manifest a new car, start preparing for it. Buy a car air freshener, a seat cover, or floor mats, anything that aligns with owning that vehicle. If your goal is to land your dream job, begin dressing the part. Purchase outfits you'd wear to work in that role or begin learning skills that would make you excel in it. If you're trying to manifest a soulmate, begin preparing your space as if they're already part of your life. Set aside their own towels. Pick out a mug just for them. Or even get a tray for cozy breakfast in bed moments. Acting as if doesn't require a big budget. Simple, thoughtful gestures are enough to shift your mindset and energy. These small actions help you stay aligned with your desires and continue sending out positive, high-frequency vibration, keeping your manifestation energy strong long after the scripting is done. Step 7. Expect it to happen. Manifestation works best when you not only believe in what you want, but you behave as though it's on its way. An easy mindset shift is to say when instead of if. Speak and think about your desires as if they're already part of your reality. For example, when I finally get my car, I'm going to take that weekend road trip. When I move into my new home in November, I'll finally have the space and privacy I need. If you're still taking the bus and it's uncomfortable, remind yourself it's only temporary. Your car is on its way. When life feels inconvenient, lean into that expectation. Trust that what you want is already unfolding. Don't get discouraged by what's missing. When you're reminded of the absence of your desires, use it as a cue to expect them even more. Stay upbeat, stay faithful to the process, and don't let doubt creep in. Always act with expectancy.